Yo, I really get high off of that music. Y'all don't even understand. Hey, there was like this scene. I don't know if y'all remember this. So I'll save that for the other part of the show. But anyway, welcome to Boss Motivation. This is that segment of the show that we try to give our business owners, our followers, some encouragement because everybody's going through something at some particular point in time. And, right now, one of the things I want you to consider is the difference that a year can make. Right now, we have to deal with this kind of a new normal mindset, right? And I don't believe in excuses. I think you have to make adjustments, not excuses. But the first thing you have to do in order to do that is realize the cards that you're dealt and start where you are and make the most of it, where you can. So we're in 2020, and it's funny because in ophthalmology terms, 2020 is considered perfect vision or clear vision, and for most of us, I mean, no, well, really, no matter who you are, there has to be some clarity that's come to you about 2020, whether it's, racism in this country, whether it's clarity in your job security, clarity in your business, whatever it may be. There has to have been some things that were a paradigm shift for you in 2020. And what I want to know is if you haven't learned anything about yourself, your why, your abilities, I propose that all your problems lie in you. Here's the good news: you ain't dead yet. That means you still have time. And when you think in the concepts of time, I think about some of what 2020 has shown us. I'm pretty sure uh, Kobe Bryant didn't think that when he boarded a helicopter, it was his last moments. I'm pretty sure when Breonna Taylor went to sleep, she didn't know that she wasn't going to wake up, again. So, time should not be taken for granted. You ain't dead yet. Oh, man, the difference a year can make. As we come up to you on this first anniversary of Boss Talk Radio, I have a lot I could complain about. I mean, I really do. There's a lot of things we have not accomplished and levels, we haven't attained. But when I look back on all we've accomplished in this one year, I couldn't be more proud of the work we've done. You know, my dear friend Bernadette Harris asked a question of her tribe the other day. Shout outs to Bernadette. She just completed her first TEDx talk, which was virtual. That's just dealing with the cards you're dealt. But the question was, what have you accomplished this year that has surprised even you, that you really, didn't know you had in you or would get done? It wasn't a plan, it just happened. And I had to edit my 2 paragraph response and decide like which thing I was really going to answer with, because it's been such a phenomenal year. If you can't tell, I'm about as happy as can be. And, so I decided to use this thing that wasn't planned, but was necessary. And that was that in 2020, I spent more money on education and personal development than I had made in gross sales in my first 2 years in this business combined. When that set in, I said, wow, what a difference a year can make. And here's what I need you to understand. The hands of time will continue to turn with no consideration for what you choose to do with it. I promise you, if you set your sights on two or three things, you know, and even if it's one thing, because you might not be ready to take, real charge of your life yet, so that may overwhelm you. If you set your sights on one thing that you want to improve, change, or manifest in your life, and give it one committed year of focus, at the end of that year, you will have blown past your own intentions. And here's the thing though, even if it doesn't look like what you imagine at the end of that year, because we all have an idea of how things should go and, asphyxiated with, what it should look like or whatever. But even if it doesn't go that way for you, the way you saw it playing out at the end of that year, when you look back at the journey, you will absolutely be proud of how far you've come. And more likely than not, if you're a person of high integrity, you'll be able to admit that most, if not all, your shortcomings in those goals were self inflicted, where the effort wasn't as intense as it could have been. You didn't give it your best, you didn't give it your all, you know. So those shortcomings would be by your own doing. 1 year, focused, committed. Don't take anything into consideration that's obstacles, anything you don't have, or anything that's less than perfect. Just start moving towards those things you set your sights on without pause, and it will cause a lifestyle change. So we have an entire quarter left in 2020, and I challenge you guys to use that time to identify those goals, lay the framework, and start down that path. Every now and then, you may feel discouraged, and when you do, what you should do at that point in time is simply look at how far you've come and keep moving like a boss.